Burkina Faso has long stood as a beacon of resilience in Africa, embodying the spirit of a people who have time and again risen against oppression. In a continent grappling with various challenges, from political instability to economic constraints, Burkina Faso's journey has been both inspiring and cautionary. But what happens when a nation chooses to extend forgiveness to those who once jeopardized its future? What are the stakes when a government opts for reconciliation over retribution? These are the pressing questions surrounding Burkina Faso's controversial decision to grant amnesty to participants in the 2015 coup. This decision has sparked widespread debate, both within and outside the country. On one side, proponents argue that forgiveness is a necessary step toward healing and national unity. On the other, critics warn that such a move risks undermining justice and setting a dangerous precedent. In a world where justice and reconciliation often seem at odds, can Burkina Faso's approach offer valuable lessons for other nations? Or is this decision a gamble with potentially grave consequences? In this video, we'll explore the events leading to the 2015 coup, the rationale behind the amnesty decision, and its potential implications for Burkina Faso and the broader African context. We'll also examine the delicate balance between justice and reconciliation, asking whether the two can coexist. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the African Web and hit the bell icon to stay updated on stories that shape Africa's progress. Let's unravel this intricate tale of resilience, forgiveness, and the quest for unity. To understand the significance of Burkina Faso's recent amnesty decision, we must first revisit the pivotal events of 2015. The year marked a critical juncture for the nation, one that would test its resilience and commitment to democracy. Burkina Faso had just emerged from the shadow of Blaise Compaoré's 27-year rule. Compaoré, once a revolutionary hero, had come to symbolize the very corruption and authoritarianism he initially opposed. By 2014, growing discontent among the populace culminated in massive protests, forcing Compaoré to resign and flee the country. This moment was hailed as a victory for democracy, a testament to the power of people's voices in shaping their nation's destiny. But as the nation prepared for its first democratic elections in decades, dark clouds loomed on the horizon. In September 2015, soldiers loyal to the ousted regime staged a coup, seizing power and disrupting the transitional process. The coup was led by the Presidential Security Regiment, RSP, an elite military unit fiercely loyal to Compaoré. Their objective was clear: to halt the democratic transition and restore the old order. Why did they act? Fear of losing influence in a rapidly changing political landscape likely played a significant role. The RSP's members were deeply entrenched in the former regime's power structures, and the prospect of a new government threatened their privileges. For the people of Burkina Faso, however, this was a betrayal of their hard-fought gains. In a remarkable display of unity, citizens took to the streets to oppose the coup. Civil society organizations, youth groups, and even sections of the military joined forces to resist the usurpers. Within days, the coup collapsed under the weight of popular resistance, paving the way for the democratic elections that would follow. Yet the scars of this event lingered, leaving the nation grappling with questions of accountability and justice. Fast forward to 2025, and Burkina Faso's government makes a decision that sends ripples across the nation, granting amnesty to individuals involved in the 2015 coup. This move, while unexpected, is rooted in the complex realities of a nation striving for peace and unity. The rationale behind the amnesty decision lies in the government's recognition of the delicate balance between justice and reconciliation. Punishing the coup plotters might have satisfied the demands for justice, but could also have deepened divisions within an already fractured society. With the rise of insurgencies and growing insecurity in the Sahel region, Burkina Faso faced an existential challenge: how to unite its people against a common threat. Amnesty, though controversial, was seen as a strategic gamble. By extending forgiveness, the government aimed to bring former adversaries into the fold, transforming them from liabilities into assets in the fight against insurgency. But this decision was not without its risks. Critics argued that granting amnesty could embolden others to act against the state, knowing they might escape consequences. What does this decision say about the priorities of Burkina Faso's leadership? Could it signify a willingness to prioritize long-term stability over short-term justice? These are the questions that continue to fuel debates around the amnesty policy. It's important to note that Burkina Faso's amnesty decision was not a blanket pardon. The government established strict conditions for those seeking forgiveness. Participants in the coup were required to publicly acknowledge their roles, express remorse, and commit to supporting national peace and security. This approach reflects an understanding that reconciliation without accountability risks undermining its very purpose. By tying amnesty to concrete actions, the government sought to ensure that forgiveness would contribute to the nation's broader goals of stability and unity. However, implementing these conditions pose significant challenges. How does one ensure genuine remorse? Can former coup participants be trusted to uphold their commitments? These questions highlight the complexities of balancing justice with reconciliation. Burkina Faso's decision is not just a national issue. It carries broader implications for Africa as a whole. Many African nations face similar challenges, grappling with legacies of political instability and the need for reconciliation. The question of how to address past injustices while fostering unity is one that resonates across the continent. Could Burkina Faso's approach serve as a model for other nations? Or does it risk setting a precedent that undermines the rule of law? These are critical questions that African leaders and policymakers must grapple with as they seek to navigate their own paths toward peace and stability. Furthermore, the decision to grant amnesty underscores the importance of context in shaping policy choices. In a region marked by diverse histories and challenges, there is no one-size-fits-all solution to the complex issues of justice and reconciliation. Burkina Faso's experience highlights the need for tailored approaches that address the unique realities of each nation. As Burkina Faso moves forward, its amnesty decision will undoubtedly serve as a litmus test for the effectiveness of reconciliation policies. The outcomes of this decision will offer valuable lessons not only for Burkina Faso, but also for the broader African continent. Will the amnesty policy contribute to lasting peace, or will it sow seeds of future discord? The answer to this question will depend on how well the government manages the challenges of implementation and whether it can build trust among its people. Burkina Faso's decision to grant amnesty is a bold and controversial move, one that highlights the complexities of building peace in a fractured society. At its core, this decision reflects a belief in the power of forgiveness and the possibility of redemption. But it also raises critical questions about justice, accountability, and the risks of prioritizing reconciliation over retribution. What do you think? Should countries prioritize forgiveness, even at the risk of appearing lenient? Can amnesty be a tool for healing, or does it undermine the principles of justice? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the African Web for more stories that delve into Africa's journey toward progress. Together, let's explore the challenges and opportunities that shape the continent's future. Let's continue this important conversation because Africa's future depends on the choices we make today.